I'm thinking back on it now, and I don't have trauma about those thoughts. So I think I just got called names with the same frequency as someone that might have been potentially overweight got called a name. Like, I'm 37 now, so I can read tone and I know what's going to come from someone's tone. So someone comes up to me in the street and goes, "Excuse me, can I ask you something?" I know what they're probably going to ask, and that's 100% fine. So it's like, is you got albinism? That's 100% cool with me.
You get that?
Yeah. Would you not have thought so? It's not like a common occurrence, but like, you know.
No, I didn't, because of the way you explained how you perceive yourself. So I thought that it was almost a case where you're not confronted by it on a day-to-day basis, or just in general.
How do you mean?
Like, you're not, like, people don't ask you, or, you know.
Oh, so you mean because I said it's not an issue, you meant because you never get asked about it or whatever.
And you know, we live in quite a polite society.
Yeah.
Like, I think British people are quite polite.
Well, that's why I quite like that. So I'm going to come on to the worst version of that.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a version I like because of everything you just said, because it's not... It takes something for someone to have that level of curiosity and actually act on it, rather than just think, "Oh, well, I want to know, but I'll just go home and not bother." Do you know what I mean? I kind of appreciate that in Britain, especially when we're all so polite, I appreciate that someone has that curiosity and then they actually think, "Yeah, I'm going to ask him in a nice way. I'm just going to say, 'Do you mind?'"
Yeah.
But that's in contrast to someone across the road shouting, "Albino!" That's just that's like. I mean, by the way, so the first positive version is very rare, so that might be like once every 2 months that'll happen. It's not like do you know what I mean? And then equally, the person will shout it across the road, same, once every 2 months. So neither of these things are common, but like, it's the thing that bothers me about that is like not that's related to me. It's just I'm thinking maybe you're just rude in everyday life. So maybe this is just one illustration of you being a knob. Do you know what? Does that make sense? So in that instance, I'm just bothered for them more than you're hurting. I'm thinking, just don't go through life being a knob, shouting stuff across the road. So that's when it annoys me.
I get that.
and this again is like, because they're such rare occurrences, like having this conversation I'm talking about it now is actually quite cleansing. It's like, oh wow, okay, this is interesting. But it's on the day to day. I remember when I was growing up, because I'd be really interested to kind of compare and contrast my situation with somebody else and see, because you only know what you know. You only know what you know, right? And I remember growing up as a teen and as in my early 20s, there was a bit of a running joke amongst all of my friends, and the running joke was this: if CK's going to go for a job interview, CK's going to get the job, like every single time. And it was a bit of a running joke till I got mindful of it, and then I stopped getting jobs, because once you start being too mindful, then everything goes downhill. But I don't know. I just don't know. But like, I remember once one of my first jobs was at Vodafone, and I subsequently learned when I was leaving the company that one of the senior people said the minute he came in, we had a chat and we just said we just love how different he is. We're having him, and it was like. So I don't know if that was a common thing. I don't know, but like, I just love to compare and contrast, and I think a lot of it. I wonder what your thoughts are on this. Is that, like, my mum never really made me think there was any difference, and I think a lot of it is like, what was your base level? Like, was your base level that you're very different, so you then start being mindful of being different, or was your base level you're just a guy?
But I quite like the idea that you had a childhood where you just fitted in. I think that's really important. But then I also think that it's important, again, to also be aware of your difference and embrace it, and use that to empower you, and be like, you know what, I've got something unique, and that is what also, because we, it's a dog eat dog world. We have to. Everyone's trying to stand out somehow, and if you're able to embrace what your difference is and make it work for you. It's a really good point, and I think what you're saying. By the way, again, just to add context, like growing up at school, please, for the love of God, don't think I did not get called Casper, or I did not get called a Milky Bar kid. I assure you, I got called all of these things, by the way. But I'm thinking back on it now, and I don't have trauma about those thoughts. So I think I just got called names with the same frequency as someone that might have been potentially overweight got called a name, someone that might have been that had red hair. And apparently, like, red hair's weird. I love red hair, which is so. But what I'm basically saying is my level of name calling was no different to anybody else's.
So what I'd like to touch on that is still, even if it wasn't that high of a level, like how did you deal with it?
See, this is whenever I'm asked this question, I always can't remember. And for me, like, not being able to remember something is illustrative that it wasn't that severe, because like I know people that were bullied, and if there's anything they remember, it's that. So I remember getting called a Milky Bar kid, getting called Casper, getting called whatever. I remember getting called that, but how did I feel? I probably felt upset about it, for sure. But it certainly, I don't think it scarred me. But I'm not. But that's not to say that wasn't a thing, because of course it was a thing. I'm just in full disclosure saying, and I think again that's because that's a lot to be given with what my base level was. Like I was just basically, you're a good kid. So when you've got the luxury of having a supportive upbringing, then you can kind of take a lot of shit that you otherwise might not be if you weren't that lucky.
Okay, so my final question is regarding International Albinism Awareness Day. What are your thoughts on it, and do you think it's something that's necessary?
I mean, I don't know how it cannot be necessary and valuable given what you're doing. Like, because like, I mean, skin cancer is a thing. It's a thing that's happening. So like the fact that this is ultimately what your main goal is, to procure more of this stuff. Not this particular brand, by the way, just any factor thing. Of course. I mean, would you like to give us some stats? Because you will probably have a better handle of the numbers than I in terms of skin cancer.
I don't actually have any stats on the top of my head, and I don't want to call out some numbers for them to be wrong. But yeah, no, I just wanted to find out from your perspective, like whether you think it's something that's necessary, maybe here in the UK. I feel that it's definitely something that's obviously necessary, particularly in East Africa. But yeah, would you be going out to an event if there was if you heard about an International Albinism Awareness Day event? Would it be something that would intrigue you?
Of course it would. Of course. I mean, is there such a thing? Is an event in London? I'm sure there will be. And
yeah, there is an event in London actually.
Okay. I mean, 100%. Of course. And why I was keen to do this was for you humans there watching, enjoying my beard. It's looking good today, actually. We need what I would love to invite you guys to do is, I'm going to put the link underneath this video. Click the link, which will take you through to your donors page. And Kai was mentioning that initially what people were doing and what she was inviting people to do was actually donate these themselves. Then it became a bit of a logistical nightmare because sometimes they were giving and sending and donating the wrong factor. The wrong factor, which thank you for your donation, but doesn't, we need the 50s. So it was just so much more efficient if you were open to donating a £5 or £10, whatever. Then that would enable you to get the correct stuff that's going to assist and help and save lives ultimately. So I'm going to put the link underneath this and click it. And I know some of them will as well. Bless you.
Yeah, please do. I mean, I'm not like, I'm just doing this because it's something that I care about. I'm passionate about diversity. I'm passionate about embracing our differences. And I'm passionate about empowering people. And so I'm just passionate about this cause. I'm not even a registered charity, but I'm going out there just off my own back because this is something that, I feel like a small contribution that I can do. And if it can help those 50 or 100 people that I'll be meeting, then I don't know, I feel a lot better than just haven't done anything at all. Or procrastinating and saying when I become a registered charity I'll do it.
I mean, what I'll also do as well is put a link to Kai's previous short film on her many visits over there, which she's done. It's a really beautiful thing. I remember around about 6 months ago I posted a picture of me and my little brother. I don't know if anyone remembers that picture of me when I was a baby with my brother sat next to me. And I don't remember putting a picture on Facebook that got that many likes, but apparently I was a very cute baby. Now you need to see You need to see some of the young humans that Kai's helping. It's basically what I look like as a kid, and they're just all beautiful. No, they are though. Come on,
they are.
They're remarkable. They're remarkable.
I can't wait to get there and give them all a hug. I'm so looking forward to it.
It's. I mean, you know, I laugh and have a little bit of a tickle, but the actual underlying issue, they are basically escaped for their lives. And I just want you to click the link and watch it because.
15 seconds or 10
Are we really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It is actually coming up to 24
Okay. So I'm going to put everything in the link. This Kai, this has been like soothing for me. This is like talking about stuff I've never discussed before.
Eh? You know what Johnny wants? That he wants solar energy. Solar. We're tired of the darkness. But she's right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.